Hey guys, welcome to the Athwix. In this video, I am going to discuss about the document object model, and it is a most necessary thing in the web development because document object model is like a tree which has a root, stem, branches, sub branches, and the nodes. This document object model is also same like that. When we are saying a document, it refers to the HTML element. Just like HTML has this HTML tag in which we have the head and the body. In the head we have the title, we have the meta, we have the script links, and in the body we have the header, navigation, article, section, aside, footer, which are like stem and the branches, and this represent a document object model. And using this only we can able to manipulate that HTML structure using the JavaScript. And how to manipulate it? We can manipulate those all things using the document object. In the document object, using it, we can manipulate the things. How? Here we have the syntax document.body.inner HTML equal to hello world. When I am saying the document, it is referring with the HTML page, and when I am saying the body, it is referring to the body of the HTML tag, and when I am saying the inner HTML, it referring to the HTML which is present in the body, and it is adding that hello world into the HTML of the body. And this is how we use the document object, and document object is the most necessary thing in the document object model. And selecting the elements, when we are talking about the selecting the element, which is a necessary part. First of all, we have the three types of selection: using the tag name, using the ID name, using the class name, which we have already discussed. If you haven't watched the HTML video, which will talk about this tag, classes, and ID, I recommend you to go through it. First of all, when we are selecting using the tag, we have to use the syntax document.getElement by tag name, and we have to mention that name, the tags like p, header, navigation, section, aside, and whatever tag you create, you have to mention the name of that tag, and it is going to access that every data which is related to that tag. And when I am talking about using the class, you have to use syntax document.getElements by class name, and you have to mention the class as the class which you have given the name. In the HTML, using the class equal to some name, you have to give that name here, which is going to access that element. When I am talking about the ID, you have to use document dot get element by ID, and you have to mention that ID here, and which is going to access the element which is with the same. Well, now I am going to discuss about selecting the elements. Well, we select the elements in the HTML using the JavaScript using a concept called document object model. It is like a tree. Just like a tree has a stem, has the branches and sub branches and the nodes. This element, or this HTML has HTML element as a stem, and it has two branches like we have the head and the body, and these head have a sub branches. Sub branches include this title, meta, link, script, and this body has also sub branches which includes the header, navigation, article, section, aside, and the footer. And this is how we select the function. In the selection of this JavaScript, we have three methods. What are the three methods? We have the tag selection, we have the ID selection, and we have the class selection. First of all, coming to the ID selection. To select any ID, first of all, we have to use the document. Yes, we have to use the document, and you have to mention dot, and you have to mention get element by tag name. Yes, you have to use the tag name, and in the tag name, you have to mention the tag. Here we have written the hello world in the p tag. As you can have a look at here we have the p tag, and in the p tag we have written the hello world, and we have to mention p here so that it is going to select that p tag. And this is how we select the elements using the tag name. What about the class? To select any element using the class, you have to mention the class equal to here you have to mention class, and I will give a random name that this is class. And here, to select any class, you have to write that get element by class name. In the class name, you have to write that class. Which class? This is class, and it is going to select that class name. And this is how we select the classes. And to select any ID, instead of this class, you have to mention the ID equal to, you have to mention the ID. Well, I give a random name, as I give random, and instead of this class name, you have to use get element by ID. Sorry, this is get element by ID, not elements by ID, and you have to mention the element here, means that name. I have took the random, therefore I am going to mention random here. I will just save it. And do you want to know how it is working, how is it selecting or not? For that purpose, you have to use the inner HTML, as you have to use dot inner HTML, and you have to mention hey. And here we have the hello world. It should display us hello world, but it is going to display us hey. Why? Because we have selected this random named ID named element, and we have given the inner HTML equal to hey. When I am going to open it in a default browser, and I just reload the site, as you can have a look at here, it is going to show you hey. It is going to show you hey. Here we have the hey. Instead of the hello world, it is going to show us the hey, and this is how it is going to select the elements. And in the ECM6 script or ES6 script, we have a method to select this document element, which is query selector. Instead of the get element by ID, you have to mention the query selector. And if you have you want to select any of the tag, this is the same thing. If you want to select the class, this is the same thing. If you want to select the tag, this is the same thing. And how to select it? If it is a normal tag, you have to mention the P and you have to save it. For the P, if I just reload the site, it is going to save say as the hey. If I just remove this in a HTML, I just save it, I just cut it, and I just save it. And when I just reload the site, it is going to show us the hello world. Now we have selected it, and we have changed the inner HTML equal to hey. When I just reload the whole site, it is going to show us the hey. And this is how we select with the tags. And if you want to select with the class, for the class you have to give a class name. I am going to give some random name, and you have to call that random name. I'm going to give the class ran, and you have to remember that in the query selector you have to mention any class's name with a dot, and you have to mention that name. Here the name is ran, and I am using a dot in as a prefix for that ran. When I just save it and I just reload the site, it is going to show me the hey. And if I just remove the inner HTML and sorry, Control Y, and I will go here in HTML, I will save it, and I just cut it and I will save it. And it is not going to show you the hey, it is going to show you hello world, because we haven't changed the inner HTML. And this is how we select the classes. If you want to select any ID, you have to give a random name to the ID. I given the ran here, and in the query selector you have to mention that ID name with the hash as a prefix s. To select any class you use dot, and to select any of the ID we use hash mark. Here we have the hash mark and we have the name. And now if I save it, I just reload the site, it is going to show me hello world only, because we haven't selected the inner HTML. When I just use the inner HTML, it is going to show me hey. When I just reload the site, it is going to show me the hey. And it is how the selectors work. We have the three types of selector, with the ID, with the class name, with the ID name, and we have the ES6 selector, which is a query selector. Through the query selector you can select anything, and you have to mention the name using the hash mark for ID, for the dot for the class's name, and we use nothing for the tag selection. And this is how we select the element. When I am talking about changing the HTML elements, we have three methods of changing. First of all, we can change the elements, means we can change the HTML. We can also change the attributes such as the source of an image, and link or href link of an anchor tag, or the value of the input. We can change a lot of things using this attribute. And next we have the property, means style property, through which we can change the CSS or cascading style sheet of an element. And when I am saying element dot inner HTML, we are going to add the HTML to the element which we are mentioning. And when I am talking about element dot attribute, Element means document dot get element by id, and we have to mention the attribute like source and href link, and we have to mention also we can mention many of the things. And in the element dot style property we can able to change the style of the element. Well, now I am going to discuss about the changing the HTML element. We have three methods. First of all, we can change the HTML text, and we can change the attributes like a source, like href, and also the values, and we can change the types, and we can change a lot of things. And at last, we have the style property changer, means we can change the CSS using this JavaScript. First of all, we go with selecting or changing the HTML value or HTML text. First of all, we create a p tag, and in the p tag I am going to add the world hello world. And here in the script, as you can have a look at here, when I just open it in a default browser, it is going to show me the hello world. It is going to show me the hello world. As you can have a look at here, it is going to show me the hello world. And when I just change using the document dot query selector, and I just add the p, and in the after selecting that I have to add the inner HTML, and here I have to add hey. And after that I am going to save it. When I just reload the site, it is going to show me hey, because we have changed that hello world to hey successfully using this selection and using the inner HTML. And this is how we go with changing the HTML value or the element. Now we are going to discuss about changing the attributes. Yes, here instead of the p I am going to write the image, and I am going to write the source, and I am going to add the id, and I am going to add hello as the id, and I am going to complete this image. And in the source I am going to add this source, and I am going to save it. And next, after saving that, you have to select in the query selector you have to mention the id, and here I am using the hash, and I am using the hello, as because we have used the hello id for the image. I am going to add hello here because it is a query selector. I have to mention the hash mark as a prefix for it. And here in the inner HTML I am going to change it with the src, because I am going to change the source. First of all, leave that here only. And for this I am going to reload the site. Wait a minute, I am going to control this, and I am going to save it. I just reload the site. Well, it is going to show you the whole image, and I have to mention width equal to 100%, width equal to 100%. And I just reload the site. As you can have a look at here, it is the whole image, and this is the whole image. And this is the whole image. And this is a Buddhist temple, and I am going to change this Buddhist temple to another image. For that we have to use the document selector. First of all, I use a document, and we have to use the query selector. In the query selector I have to mention that id. Here id name is hello, and I have to use the hello with hash as a prefix. It is a rule that you have to use a hash mark for any of the id whenever you are selecting with the query selector. And you have to mention .src, and in the src you have to mention that another image. Here the another image is a sunset image, and I will save it. When I just reload the site, you are going to get a sunset image. As you can have a look at here, this is how we change the source of an image. Now I am going to change the link. For that you have to create a link, and here instead of this all source and all, I have to use href. In the href I have selected some of the thing. here I'm mentioning the Pixabay, and here I have to add some text, and I am adding the hello as a text, and I'm going to remove this part, source part. I'm going to save it and save it, and as you can have a look at here, we are going to get a link of hello. We got a link of hello, and whenever I click it, it is going to bring me to the Pixabay website. As you can have a look at here, this is a Pixabay website. It is going to bring me to the Pixabay website. When I just change this to the href of another, here I am going to change it with pixels. Well, I save it. When I just reload the whole site, when I click the hello, it is going to show me the pixels. As you can have a look at here, we are successfully changed the link from Pixabay to the pixels, and this is how we go with the changing the links. Now I am going to discuss changing the input type. For that, you have to mention the input. In the input, I am going to add the type. In the type, I am going to add a text, a normal text, and I am going to give the ID for it. ID equal to hello. I am going to add the ID equal to hello, and I will save it. I am going to cut this thing, and I will save it, and I will save it. As you can have a look at here, when I reload the whole site, I'm getting an input value. I can type anything what I want, and this is a type text. As you can have a look at here, this is a type text, and if I change this type to password, I can change it here only, but using this I can change this. Here I have to mention the type. In the type, I have to mention that I want to change it with the password, and I will save it. When I just reload the site, it is going to show me with a password. As you can have a look at here, this is a type password, and this is how we change the attributes using this change element in the document object model. And this is all about it. Now I am going to change that style property. For that, I am using the p tag, and I am using the hello world, and I am using a style, and in the style I am going to change that color of that p tag or the text color to red. When I change the text color to red, I am going to well, I just save it, and when I just reload the site, it is going to show me hello world in the red color, because we have used the style color equal to red. And you can change that color also here, and instead of this hash hello, we are using p, because it is a normal p tag. And here you have to mention dot, you have to mention the style dot, you have to mention the property, which is color, and I'm going to change it with the blue color. Blue must be mentioned in the format of string, and this is how we select. And when I just save it and I just reload the whole site, it is going to show you it in a blue color, and here we have the blue color, and this is how we change the style property. In fact, you can change anything. You can change the background. For the background, we have to use bg, and you have to use the color, and I just save it, and I just reload the site. Well, it is not showing. For that, I will use the background color altogether, background color, and I just save it. When I just reload the site, as you can have a look at here, it is going to show you the background color. And this is how we go with it, and this is all about changing the HTML elements. Well, do subscribe our channel for regular updates. Thank you.